Floyd Mayweather breaks his silence about the Jake Paul fight. Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul got into a little bit of a brawl, but Floyd has been silent about the situation until now. Floyd and Jake actually used to be friends a few years back. Jake was getting ready for his first ever boxing match against popular YouTuber Deji, KSI's brother. Floyd said that he was Jake's trainer and that he supports him all the way in his boxing career. Well, it seems that things have changed since then. Somehow, Jake's brother, Logan Paul, is making history by entering the ring with Floyd Mayweather on June 6th. So, if Floyd is Logan's enemy, that means that Jake also has to support him. Even though the match between the two is for entertainment purposes, it is still important to create hype before the fight in order to sell more tickets. I think it's safe to say neither Floyd or Logan would be entering the ring if they didn't make enough money from it. So they have to try and sell the match every way possible. And that's where Jake Paul's first argument with Floyd comes into play. Jake was next to the stage during the first face-to-face press conference between Floyd and Logan Paul. Well, Floyd began saying that both the Paul brothers are fake fighters and that Floyd is a real fighter. And we all know Jake took offense to this because he considers himself a pro fighter after being undefeated and taking down Ben Askren.
I feel good, and I'm gonna go out there and perform and do what I do best.
Floyd, you really want to take them both on at the same night?
Absolutely, easy. You got two fake fighters. Fake fight, I'm a real fighter.
So Jake Paul began to take things personally from Floyd, although he never really said anything back to him, as it was Logan's chance to shine on the main stage. He did have a few words like making fun of Floyd's hairline and shoes, and he also untied Floyd's shoes for a TikTok.
Now what?
Oh man, it's gonna be easy.
You got dirty ass Air Force Ones.
Guess
Tied
what? Guess what?
shoes untied,
It
bro.
made 1.2 today.
Obviously, none of this is really taken personal from Floyd, as this definitely wasn't the worst trash talk he has heard in the past. But after the two influencers got off the stage and began to do interviews, Jake thought it would be funny if he pulled a prank on Floyd and his large team of bodyguards. He first started by going up to the bodyguards and asking them if they lift. It was quite obvious that they lift, as their arms were bigger than Jake's head. After that, he took things one step further by walking up to Floyd while he was talking to reporters. He got right in his face and the two were exchanging words. They talked about how they will have a boxing match in the future, and it looked like they were both very confident with themselves. But before Jake went up to Floyd, he had a plan. His plan was to grab Floyd's hat off the top of his head and try to run away with it. He even told Logan Paul his plan to steal the hat prior to doing it. Of course, Logan has matured in the past few years and told Jake not to do it. But Jake, being Jake, still did it, and things got very heated from there.
I think Jake took his hat.
Jake took his hat.
Yeah, that sparked the brawl. Were you expecting anything like that?
Yeah, he told me to do it. He told him not to.
Jake only made a few feet before he was grabbed by Floyd's security. Floyd began yelling at Jake Paul for stealing his hat, and they got into a little bit of a skirmish.
Boss, I'm my own boss.
One night, got your hat.
The entire thing was being filmed by over a dozen different people, so it was quickly posted to the internet. It went viral within 10 minutes of the footage being out. Around an hour later, footage came out from Jake Paul where he made a TikTok of the entire thing.
About to steal Floyd Mayweather's hat. I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Get the paperwork for this bum.
Get Al Hammond.
Absolutely. I don't need Al Hammond.
Let me call Al Hammond.
I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss.
One night, got your hat.
Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out.
It went good.
Later that day, Logan did a few interviews when he talked about what went down and his thoughts on the whole thing.
They're not letting you into the fight. You're literally banned from the Hard Rock Stadium on June 6th.
Swipe up, I'll buy the fight. I don't care.
What happened? Jake wanted to add Floyd's hat to his cap collection, and Floyd wasn't happy about it because it's his favorite hat.
How serious is this going to be for you?
I think pretty serious, man.
Did you think it was going to get personal like that?
Nah, man, I didn't expect Floyd Mayweather to try to kill my brother with all the security guards.
Step up.
But Floyd Mayweather never really commented on it. It seemed like it wasn't fun and games to Floyd like it was to Jake Paul. Floyd doesn't really care to get views and clout off topics like this because, well, he is a boxer, not a YouTuber. So Floyd let some time pass by before he said anything about the situation. Floyd actually never even posted about it on social media, even though everyone was waiting for him to say something. The only time he really talked about it was a newly released Barstool Sports interview he did.
Today I had a small problem. It's a little problem.
What happened?
Really no big problems. Kid wanted to test the waters and try me out.
He stole your hat, no cap.
Yeah, that was a good one. Good metaphor. I think I still got the cap. So where the cap at? I think we still got it somewhere.
Was that an important cap to you?
It's not an important cap, but it is what it is. He did what he did and I did what I did.
Other than that, he mentioned it in a very quick clip during one of his Instagram Live videos. All he said during the Instagram Live was that he knows how to sell a fight, and look how many views he and Jake got from the situation that happened earlier. It's clear that Floyd Mayweather was heated during the moment, but after it happened, he realized how great it was for him and the Paul brothers. It got more attention to the whole event, which will put more money into both of their pockets. It seems that nothing can make him happier than money. Every interview he is on and every boxing match he takes is solely based on the amount of money he will be making.
You got to realize this. Without YouTube, without the computer, I'm rich, I'm wealthy. Y'all need YouTube, I don't. Y'all need social media. Y'all need social media, I don't.
And yet, I was the one that flew in here on the chopper.
And I also want to do this.
Anyways, during the Barstool Sports interview that Floyd did, he said that he didn't care about the hat that Jake took, and it wasn't about that at all. It was more about a respect thing for Floyd. Floyd felt that the younging Jake Paul was disrespecting him, and that's what made Floyd act out. Maybe the reason he acted the way he did was because the relationship Paul and Mayweather had in the past. As we mentioned earlier, they were actually friends, and Floyd was helping Jake become a better boxer and supported him when not many boxers did.
You know, I'm his manager, I'm his trainer.
That's right.
You know, when it comes to the fight game, support him, follow him, money. Mayweather, and yes, he's a part of the money team.
Yo, it's over, bro.
And you know it.
And you know it.
So this disrespect from Jake crossed the line. In the past, Floyd has never really let this type of trash talk or disrespect get to him. He went up against debatably the best trash talker the world has seen, Conor McGregor, and we all know how that ended. Floyd was unfazed by Conor and won the match with ease. Hopefully in the next few days leading up to the big match with Logan Paul, Floyd will talk about what happened with Jake Paul and why he did what he did. Who do you guys think will win the boxing match between Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather? Make sure to comment your thoughts and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any updates.